Hello, everyone. Um, I wanted to share something with you today, which is very sensitive matter, and but I wanted for it to be a lesson for me, for my kids, for my students, and generally speaking. This is Benjamin. Benjamin was at the bar with the shooting that happened in Thousand Oaks, where 12 people
12 people
died.
killed, including along with the shooter.
Shooter. And I knew that because I know every Wednesday night you always leave here early because after sparring class,
Not early, just quickly.
quickly, yeah. So you can get to that because I know
Right.
that's your passion.
Yeah.
And I know when I felt that, and I knew that you were going to be there, that was it was really a hard time. But thank God you posted, you
Yeah.
let everybody know you were okay. But what I wanted to do is, without getting, I know you've been going through some
Right.
what I like to say hard time and trauma, which I don't understand at all. I don't mean to even get to a point. But I wanted to talk about the martial art aspect of this.
Right.
And what can we as martial artists learn, and what has anything you've learned in martial arts help you to save your life that
Right.
night?
So the thing that surprised me most in the moment, as far as my reactions went, was the fact that I didn't freeze at all, and I didn't get nervous, and I didn't freak out about anything, and I didn't realize in the moment why that was happening, and I was a little surprised that I wasn't more nervous or more anxious or jittery or anything like that. It didn't feel like I was experiencing an adrenaline rush, but after everything was over and I started processing things, I kept thinking back to all the time that I've spent here grappling and sparring, that all of those are situations where my body says you're in danger, and my mind says that's okay, I can handle this. And I view I react to those stressful situations as a job that I have to do or a problem that I have to overcome, rather than a frightening event. So I think that practice over years and years and years of putting myself into those stressful situations in a safe environment prepared me to react with calm and control when there was real danger.
So you think the main thing was being mindful.
Right.
So the three questions that we always say, where am I, what am I doing, is it
Right.
real? In your case, you answered those questions pretty quickly in your
Right.
mind.
Right.
Right.
You have no choice but to answer them quickly, and I'm used to asking those questions on the mat, and I can take not as long as I need to, but I can take a few seconds at least. And in this situation, it all had to happen in a split second.
Right.
That, I have to say, okay, where am I doing? Well, I'm in an active shooter situation, and what am I doing is that I need to get myself to safety immediately. And is it real?
Can't get more real than that.
Exactly. But I think also when we talk about is it real, we don't just talk about is this a real situation, but we talk about is this a real response? Is this a real effort that I'm applying to this task with the correct level of intensity and integrity? And I think all of the mindfulness that we've practiced meant that not only was I calm, but I was able to help other people stay calm in the situation.
How did you do that?
Well, the specific example, I went off in one direction, and there were a number of other people who also went in that direction, which was up a hill in the dark, which was not. There was no hiking trail or any kind for people to navigate. It's not meant for people to be walking on. So we had to go up that and then down the other side. And there was a group of 4 of us, and I ended up leading the short line that went down the hill, and the person immediately behind me was hyperventilating through the entire trek. So that was probably about 15 or 20 minutes of her hyperventilating. And so I thought back to all of the times when I've worked with my fellow students during our workouts, or during our black belt training, or any of some of the really challenging exercises that we do, and just keep supporting them, keep motivating them. I mean, I didn't see it as a coaching situation, but all of the skills that I've used in those coaching tasks came into play here.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, what did you learn from this experience? Effect of it, I would imagine, affected you. But do you think there was a learning experience for you, or maybe you come out of it with different appreciation, especially being Thanksgiving right now?
Yeah,
Tomorrow
absolutely.
being Thanksgiving. What kind of goes on in your mind?
Yeah, the biggest thing for me, and I've talked with you about this a bit before, is that I've been doing a reassessment of the things in my life that are important to me, and thinking about why they're important, and am I putting the correct amount of attention towards those things. So I think about the activities that I do that bring renewal to me. If we talk about 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, and we think about sharpening the saw, that we think about the things that we do to renew ourselves and keep ourselves in a healthy physical, mental, and spiritual place. I came back here to keep taking classes exactly on the regular schedule, starting Saturday immediately afterwards, and I haven't missed classes since then. I've been going to my Shabbat Friday night services regularly, which has been very helpful for me. And I think about the time that I've spent with people that are important in my life. I've had a lot of lunches and dinners and coffees and meetings with people, some of whom I haven't seen in a long time. And making that effort feels much more important when you get this kind of existential kick to the face.
Right.
And I think about the things that I want to do with my life. What are my passions? What are the things that I want to do to make an impact? And to really start pursuing those things. And now, because who knows if I'll have tomorrow. Which has, it's, I don't want to say refreshing, but it is, it has been a reminder.
Right. Well, these are the times that I try not to use the word "I understand," because I don't understand, with all this stuff that you went through. And I'm so sorry that you had to go through this, but at the same time, I think you're a much better man because of it.
I hope
I
so.
know, you know what I mean? And I feel sad for us to live in a situation where we have to see stuff like this.
Yeah.
To have to go through all this stuff. As a father, I'm terrified.
Yeah.
As a martial artist, I think I should be working on more mindfulness, more, all that stuff. But anyway, I just wanted to thank you for taking the time to do this.
Of
I know
course.
this was a very sensitive issue for you, and I love the way you approached the whole thing as a learning experience and go from there. And I hope the God is, would never, none of us ever have to, be in a position to go through this. Let's just, all of us, I think we need to be more aware of our surroundings.
Yeah.
Be peaceful.
Yeah.
Preach peace, but always have the tools
Yeah.
to use if we need to use it
Right.
otherwise.
And I think about also, because I've been rereading the 7 Habits, and I think about what Stephen Covey says about being proactive, is that we can't always control the things that happen to us.
Right.
But we always have control over our response to them.
Right.
And that's what being proactive means. So I don't, I don't have a choice to say whether or not this is part of my story now, but I can choose how I move forward from this, and I can choose what it means to me. I can
Wonderful.
choose what I do with it.
Wonderful. Well, I'm certainly glad you're still around.
Me
And,
too.
yeah. And so, happy Thanksgiving, everyone. This was a
Yeah.
great message, I thought, coming from the right source. And thank you so much.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, Sensei.